What's going on today, guys? Hutchins here. As you can see, I'm at a poll booth, and I'm looking at old school content poll number 44. This just came out about, I guess, 5 to 10 minutes ago. It's going to be covering the new devlog, which I would definitely suggest you guys check out. And I'm actually just going to go through this list and show you what I'm voting for and just kind of talk about why. Some of them might require a little bit more of an explanation, whereas some might be pretty simple and like just kind of no-brainers. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. So currently, dying with untradeable equipment in the wilderness results in equipment being dropped to the ground. If you return to where you died, you can simply pick it back up. This means that there's no risk associated with using very powerful untradeable equipment in the wilderness. Should untradeable items dropped on death in the wilderness be broken and required a fee to be paid for repair, 75% of this fee will be rewarded to the player who kills someone for using equipment, with the remaining 25% being removed from the game. I'm going to say yes for this because currently people just go into the wild and they use fire cape and void equipment without much risk at all, and nobody gets anything. I'm not a PKer, but I'm definitely on board with this. Should there be a 1 in 25,000 chance of receiving the Golden Glory when charging amulets of glory at the Fountain of Ruin? The Golden Glory is a tradable amulet of glory with unlimited charges. I'm going to say yes. Not that there's much of a point to this or that I'm even going to really use one, but that is kind of like an interesting thing, I guess, and kind of gives some incentive to go there, or I don't know, but there's really not a downside of voting no to this, so, or voting yes rather, so yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Alright, anyway, moving on. Should Elder Chaos Druids have a slim chance of dropping robes requiring nothing but 40 magic to equip? These robes provide you best of slot magic for players with 1 defense. I'm actually going to vote yes for this. I know peers don't get a lot of updates, and I've kind of gotten some dislikes on my videos before because I've said that I didn't like a particular peer update. This situation is different. I really see no downside of this. So I'm going to vote yes to that, not because of my ratings or because of what people think about me, but just simply because this one I actually see no downside. Just trying to keep that fair. But anyway, should a skip target button be added to the bounty hunter interface? It is currently possible to skip by logging out, but blah blah blah. I'm going to say yeah. I'm not a PKer, but this seems very convenient. So yeah, I'm just going to say yes to that. Okay, the Bounty Hunter interface displays a colored skull to let you know how much wealth your target is holding. This value is currently based on ALC. Should it be based on Grand Exchange? Yes. Alright, all this PvP stuff is kind of just arbitrary to me, but anyway. Should items dropped within the wilderness immediately appear to all players? This will prevent players from dropping items to avoid losing them on death. This is how it was pre-EOC, I'm pretty sure. So I'm going to vote yes to that, because a lot of people do that. Should food and potions dropped in the wilderness never appear to other players? This would prevent teams of players dropping each other's supplies on single-way combat areas. I'm going to say yes to that too, just because it's kind of unfair, I guess, to the person that doesn't have friends dropping crap for them. Should the experience earned from buying lava dragon bones, burying lava dragon bones on Lava Dragon Isle be increased? This would provide players with greater incentive to visit the area to train. I'm going to say yeah, just because there's not much incentive as it was stated. Okay, should the should the items you keep on death be chosen based on Grand Exchange value rather than high alc? Yes, because what's the point? Should a menu be added to player-owned houses which allows rooms to be rearranged without needing to recreate from scratch? Be usable to all players, blah blah blah. Yes, of course. If you don't vote for that, then you're just, I don't know, you're just trying to like kill my buzz or something. But anyway, question 11. Should the achievement gallery as described in the PvP and PoH rooms developer blog be added to old school RuneScape? If the achievement gallery passes the maximum number of rooms, player-owned houses will be increased by 1. Yes, definitely. This is pretty awesome stuff in my opinion. And it's pretty balanced from what I could see. They did update it, so they raised the level requirements a little bit more from the original, I guess, proposed levels. So yeah, that's good stuff. Should the Superior Garden, as described in the PvP and PoH rooms devlog, be added to old school? If the Superior Garden passes maximum number of rooms increases by 1. Yes, definitely. My only qualm with this one actually is the fact that the rejuvenation pool starts at such a low level and only goes to 90, meaning that if you're 83 or 84, I think you can make the entire thing, which to me is kind of low for what you're getting, because it is right next to a spirit tree, which currently you have to teleport to Grand Exchange and run way up here to get to a spirit tree, which is a huge difference. And it also has a fairy ring, so I mean, to me that's a little bit low, but I'm going to vote yes to this because it was changed, and to get the best one, it is level 90, so yeah, I will say yes to this. Okay, this next question is basically just asking if you want to be able to build a little tip jar in the garden of your house at 40 construction, so I'm going to say yes to that. There's really no downside, and whatever. I guess for hosts that might be good, for people that want to donate, and so they don't have to trade and take away from whatever they're doing. But question 14, should we add an incinerator to bank screens so you can drag unwanted stacks of items to destroy them? A warning message would be given before destroying items. I'm sorry to anyone that wants this, but I'm going to vote no to this just simply because I can see people screwing up on this, regardless of whether or not there's a message. I mean, it doesn't matter if there's a message. I can see someone majorly screwing up on this, and yeah, it could be bad. Me personally, I might mess up on it, just not even thinking, but yeah, anyway, moving on to question 15. When casting High Alch on items, a warning is shown if the item is considered high value. Should we make it possible for you to choose how valuable an item must be before this warning sign is triggered? I'm going to say yes to this because it's just very convenient and there's no reason to vote no. Alright, should zombies on Harmony Island be made unaggressive following completion of the Great Brain Robbery? I'm going to say yes, because they're just kind of an annoyance when you're trying to pick herbs there. Should shops which sell compost also sell packs of 100 compost? Yeah, why not? Should the Abyssal Dagger be added to the drop table of Abyssal Demons with a drop rate of 32,000? I'm going to say yes to that because it is extremely low, and that would be kind of like a nice rewarding little drop if you're slaying heavy demons. Should it be possible to choose a reward from Temple Trekking minigame? Yeah, why not, even though it's not going to revive it and no one's going to play it for that reason. Should the drop rate of lumberjack equipment be changed so you have the same likelihood of receiving each piece? I'm going to vote no to this just because so many people have spent dozens of hours going for the stupid lumberjack top. I mean, I've gotten 2 sets in under 2 hours, so I mean, basically the same thing to me, but I mean, just for the people that have spent so much time getting it, there's really no reason that you should take that away other than to just make it faster for no reason. I mean, it's still efficient to get at like 25 to 30 mil, I think, XP, so whatever. I'm sorry to anyone who wants that, but yeah, I'm keeping it the same, hopefully. Should an altar where god eggs can be offered be added to the woodcutting guild? The rewards for offering god eggs would be nested in small amounts of prayer experience. I'm going to say yeah to that, just because currently there's no use, and I'm glad they're doing this instead of making weird little pets for it. I really want to say no to Petscape. Should a mini quest section be added to the quest interface? Yes, yes, yes. Should the anti-dragon shield require the Dragon Slayer quest to have been started? Yeah, definitely. Hopefully this will keep some bots from being able to do this, in any reasonable amount of time. I mean, they'll still probably go to do it, but maybe that'll slow it down just a bit. Should bind and freeze effects be removed from you when you die in Castle Wars? Yeah, that should be a bug fix. Should it be possible to imbue the Ring of Suffering in Nightmare Zone? This imbued version would have double stats. Yes, if the Ring of Suffering passes the poll, should it provide an infinite recoil effect? This recoil effect would be the same as provided by the Ring of Recoil. Yes, because this is super OP and I love it. I know a lot of people might not like the fact that I'm voting yes for it, but this would actually be a really, really nice element to have in PVM. I mean, the ring's like probably nearing 20 mil by now at the start of this poll. Well, I mean, not actual 20 mil, but it could reach it if it were to pass, which would be pretty balanced in my opinion. I mean, it would be better than using Archer Ring or Berserker Ring at God Wars at all, because of the recoil effect would be more damage than actually wearing the rings. So that would be pretty cool. I like that. So yeah, I'm voting yes. Sorry to anyone that thinks it's OP. It is, but I love it. Should the amount of nightshades given per farming patch be increased? Yeah, why not? Don't really know why not. Should more jokers be added to the PoH dungeon? They would be added away from the rogues per spawns. Yeah, I really wish that I had that during when I was doing that stupid champion scroll, if anybody remembers that. But should the Dragon Defender be visually updated to remove its pink glow? This one I'm kind of conflicted on. Like, I really like the pink glow, gives it a nice touch, but at the same time I kind of like simplicity, and the new proposed one it's much more basic. But seeing as I kind of like to keep things the same, as you guys probably know or have picked up on by now, I'm going to say no to that. Okay, question 30, gilded boots currently have brown ring around the edge of the boots. Should this brown ring be made gold to match the rest of the design? I guess, I don't know. Should the wild dogs found in Brimhaven dungeon be made unaggressive? This will make the dungeon more useful for low level players. I'm going to say yes to this, because if it gets low level players out of Neve's dungeon, then more power to them. Go ahead and vote for that. I'm not really going to go over what's passing and what's not right now, because as you can see, there's only 1,300 votes, almost 1,400, and that is a very, very small fraction, and any of these are subject to change drastically. So yeah, one thing that I saw that wasn't passing earlier, which I'm not sure if it's passing now or not, yeah, it's the Ring of Suffering recoil effect. It's almost 70%. I'm really hoping this passes, because I mean, it is OP, and I like that. But it is an expensive ring, and it would make the other pieces of jewelry more expensive as well, and they would retain their value better, and make monkeys still worth killing, even though there's not a pet for it, which is, you know, like the main incentive of monkeys. And if you take that incentive away or make it lesser, then, you know, people aren't going to do it as much. So yeah, I mean, just with that reason alone, it might be, you know, some incentive to vote yes for some people. But yeah, that I saw wasn't passing, which isn't really a surprise. I mean, people usually like to keep graphics the same, unless it offers, you know, some great thing. But yeah, those, as well as the dropping items in PvP, I saw were the only things that weren't passing. So yeah, I really like this this poll and this devlog. Definitely check it out, guys, and see what you're voting on. Definitely get your vote in, because everybody needs to vote so we get a accurate representation of the community. Anyways, guys, thanks for checking out the video. Really do appreciate it. Please leave a like if you liked it, and leave me your feedback. Tell me what you guys think about the poll. But yeah, anyways, peace out, guys. Have a good one.